fix the power. This bathroom just doesn't have lights. Okay, you said balls. That's kind of funny.
You can hide, but I'll find you.
Forgot that I said my name was
Hide, but I'll
Balls.
find you.
Please state your name.
Balls. Out of all the new and exciting releases that have come out and are coming out this month, for some reason the only one that caught my attention for longer than a second was the Twilight Zone VR. Maybe it's because I'm a massive sucker for surreal stuff, and goddamn, this game has got it in droves. But there was one small problem. I had never heard of the Twilight Zone in my life. Apparently it was some old but long-running TV show that had weird stories with signature twist endings, but that's about all I know from the extensive research of one Google search. Also, if you want to play the game blind, I suggest you watch something else because this video does contain spoilers. Anyway, here's kind of what happened in each chapter of the game. When I boot up the game, the first thing I am met with is this. I don't let it faze me, and I go through the opening credits, then start the actual game. I'm greeted by a voice that tells me to relax and say some stuff for voice recognition, and then I create a character. Naturally, I make him really slick looking and give him rounded stats, and then I enter the actual game. I'm greeted by this guy who tells me that I really need to stop being a terrible person to all of my employees. I didn't know I was working for Activision Blizzard, but the guy forwards me an email from an angry employee with a video game attached. I open it without checking for malware, and then this guy hops out of the telly and puts one in between my eyes. I find myself in a darker, emptier version of the office, and after some looking around, I find the big guy looking for me. Remember how I said things for voice recognition? Yeah, they were actually being used for the guy to say. I sneak around him by hiding under desks, and eventually I unlock the elevator with a keycard. Before I leave, the big guy has a bit of a cloaker moment. I was now in the parking garage, but the door was closed, so I went into the nearby security office. There was a radio and a flashlight, and the person on the radio unlocked the garage doors and told me to find a security pass in her car. I do this while simultaneously learning that the guy stalking me can teleport, and then I walk up some stairs, also finding this creepy doll. There is then a lot of locked doors, and damn, for some reason the security officer I'm talking to can't unlock any of them from the outside. I have to restore the power, which I do, while getting some nice close-ups of Big Guy's carpet grippers. I also get a refreshing drink, a hat, and then I get out. Just kidding, now I'm in a maze of servers with the thing, and I almost get caught a couple times, but I get to an elevator and send it up to the roof. It's snowing heavily and I have to follow the security officer's voice across the roof, and of course the thing is up here even though it's freezing and he's not dressed for the occasion. When I get there, the person that was helping me recognizes me as Rodman's evil boss, and because she is his friend, she leaves me to die. I then get a game over screen and I'm back where I started. Honestly, I should have known it was fiction as soon as she said she was Rodman's friend because he doesn't have any. On to the next chapter. I wake up in an underground bunker with a newspaper talking about how the UK Prime Minister signed off on a solar probe and a nice list of tasks to do. I fuel up the generator, turn on the power, put on my radiation suit that looks like the one Gordon Freeman wears for some reason, and then I see the sun for the first time in 4 years. In the game I'm pretty sure it was only a couple months though. Before I even take a step, I get a little surprise.
Alright guys. Okay, I'm already fucking dead.
I guess I just respawn, but off we go to look for my daughter, which for some reason was a task on the task list, as if the person would forget. I wander through the ruins of Earth, taking in the sights, and then that is immediately revoked when I have to go through an annoyingly long tunnel sequence where a bunch of evil goo midgets try to kill me. Eventually I get out, but then a bunch of monsters that spring up out of the ground appear and give me a heart attack and also bite me in half. After doing that segment properly, I replace my gas mask filter, break down some boards, and walk through the doorway. There's a puzzle, if you could even call it that, where I have to put batteries in a kind of magnet thing to lift up a shipping container, and there's a whole bunch of monsters just absolutely pouring out of the ground to get me. I have to fight some flying demons while I wait. It's kind of like Doom, but without the Doom bit, but you get what you're given, I guess. Unfortunately I die, and on my second attempt I get jump scared because I turn around at the exact wrong moment. After that I stumble upon a really cool environment, and of course more flying demons and jump scare monsters. After that I travel through a subway, and what used to be a street I think, when, like all good shooters, there's a boss battle. It's weird because I can only move left and right because of a barrier in front of me, but I don't die and continue forward. I enter a bunker and fix the power, and then the handprint scanner recognizes me as Mr. Prime Minister. Inside I find my skeleton of a daughter, and I get a flashback to that time when I doomed Earth to the wrath of the sun. In the final chapter, I am placed in front of a desk where I'm given the ability to freely walk around the house. I watch some telly, try to open a locked fridge, and grab a pan for self-defense. When I make it back to my desk, I get a call from an unknown number, and then there's a blackout. When I walk outside, there's lights in the sky, and then I see the full extent of a brewing invasion. There's a crash behind me, and I turn around in time to see an eyeball knock me out. Wow. I wake up to a board telling me to do normal people things, so I do them all with ease, but not before I encounter a monkey posted up on a shelf. When I wake up 35 days later, I do the same thing, except getting a world record speedrun in the process, probably. I wake up again, but this time there's a note on the kitchen table telling me to break the cycle. I find another note saying that my achievements will unlock the way, and when I pick it up there's a keyhole behind it. Because I'm a master speedrunner, I know exactly what this means, and I go grab the weird key object from the trophy in the living room. There's a repeating hallway with a bunch of notes scattered around, then there's a couple more pretty cool puzzles before I break out through a mirror. There's a maze of hallways with windows into the cycles of life other people are going through, like this guy who's just jiving through the pain. Eventually I make it out into the very Matrix-inspired mothership, where I walk from plot to plot until I reach a people and alien storage unit or something. It's here I find a gun and I take out an alien who tries to use telekinesis on me. I also get this gross looking hand that I can open alien doors with. After a bunch more walking and shooting through plots, including the office from the first chapter, I reach the boss fight. It's a massive eyes and I have to shoot its organs while it throws big boy aliens at me. During the fight it tells me it was trying to save humanity, but by then it's dead. I get teleported to my front doorstep with a very familiar looking sun shining down on my face. The monkey is here too. Thanks so much for watching. I would appreciate it if you subscribed. It really means a lot at the moment. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you later.